So let's get into it then, and leveraging that experience and leveraging what you've been kind of living through, we've all been living through the past, year and a half here. Again, very tight environment. It's very, constrained. I mean, what does it take to, secure, reliable and repeat capacity? In other words, I mean, how do you build that carrier loyalty?
Well, I think it's everything. I think a lot of brokerages, I think you really have to treat carrier sales in the same way that you treat customer sales, right? And so a lot of brokerages, I think, focus entirely, or not entirely, but maybe the predominant amount of their sort of just structure and workflow around customer sales. And I don't think that, we can give the customer what they want without also treating carrier sales in the exact same way in all of those relationships. So from just a day-to-day standpoint, you want, the ease of use, ease of onboarding, proper staffing to be able to respond to carriers' needs when they have them, because they do. For us, I think providing a 24/7 environment, a lot of times it's thought of as something that you use to advertise to your customers that you're available 24/7. But carriers also, need help 24/7. There's delivery appointments in the middle of the night or in third shift. There's unloading fees, so just helping with day to day. So covering the advances for unloading fees, not charging high fees. I think we have, the lowest quick pay in the industry. So making sure that cash is available to them if they needed to help, because a lot of small and medium-sized carriers, I mean, geez, the price of operating is so much higher now than it used to be. Really rely on that cash flow. And then obviously a big part of today's conversation is about, the digital sort of connections with them. But I think if you don't have what's always worked historically, which is, good rates, quick pay, good service, and a culture in which, the drivers are valuable and those relationships are equally as valuable as customer relationships, it gets really hard to sort of set yourself apart from the competition. But yeah, that's worked for us a lot.
Yeah, and I think that's a great point. I mean, I think Prasad, I think we've talked about this in the past as well, and I think it's very easy to overlook sometimes the fact that you really serve two customers, right? You're serving the shippers, but you're also serving the carrier, community as well. And I think in the past I've said, it's kind of gives new definition to the term CRM, right? Everyone, when they think of CRM, they think of customer relationship management. But in your world, CRM can also mean carrier relationship management, and that's a critical, component of all this, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, like I'll say, you could have all the customers in the world, but if you don't have carriers, then you can't move the freight. So you have to have a system in place that treats them the same. Now, of course, they're more voluminous in number, right? So we got the number of carriers we work with compared to the number of customers are different. So it's certainly a different strategy, and some of it's infrastructural strategy, corporate strategy for handling that, more than like a one-on-one kind of personal relationship, like we develop with our customers, who spend so much time with the same ones year over year. But in the same way, they just have to be treated equally as valuable.